Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to descale a tankless water heater. You're supposed to descale these every 12 to 18 months depending upon your usage. So if you have 2 people, you'll get by up to 18 months. If you have 4 people, you're going to want to do it every year. What happens is, if you do not descale the tankless water heater, you will have a scaling explosion in your house. So what will happen is all your aerators will be clogged, and maybe that's the problem right now and the reason you're here. So what you're going to need to do this on your own, you're going to need a pump. This is Liberty pump. Basically, it's a sub pump. You're going to need 2 short hoses with bibs on them. You're going to need a pail. And you're going to need 3 gallons of white vinegar. So let's get started. First, you need to make sure that you have a flush kit installed on your cold water and your hot water. If you don't have this, you might as well just stop right now, get a plumber in, and get them installed. It's very important to have a flush kit installed. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is shut the gas off. Whenever this gas line is in line with the pipe, it's on. And what we're going to do is turn it perpendicular, so now the gas has been shut off to the water heater. There's no more gas going to the water heater, so it can't ignite. We're going to leave the power on. We're not going to shut the power off to the unit. We've opened already the flush bibs. And what we're going to do first is we're going to take our pump. Well, first we're going to close the water coming in to the water heater. And you're going to need some additional tools. One, if you're in a dark area like this, you're going to want a flashlight like I have here. This is a pretty nice unit. I'm going to change this so this will give us plenty of light to work with here. And again, I want to shut the source of the water off and make sure this is all the way perpendicular, and don't force it because you can break it and then you'll have a bigger issue. So I'm shutting off the cold water coming in from outside, and I'm shutting off the hot water going out. That would be going out to the house. So in other words, I'm preventing any escape. So we're going to create a loop with inside the water heater unit. I'm going to now install the hose bib on the hot water flush bib, and then this is the pump getting connected to the cold water side. So we're just going to create a circulation. It's going to go in, go through the coils, clean them out, and then it's going to come back out and dump back in the same pail. And it's just going to do that for about an hour. And I'm going to tighten this up now. I have a channel lock with me, so you're probably going to want to have that too. Because I don't want any water leaking. I think that's good. Again, don't over tight. Just snug it up. If you over tight, it can leak. I'm going to open this now, and some water is probably going to come out. And I'm going to open the hot. which is going to drop water in here now. It's going to drain the water that's inside the tank, which it's doing right now. As you can see here, coming through the pump. I didn't plug the pump in yet, but I'm letting it drain right now. And I can see I have a little bit of a leak going on here, so I'm going to tighten this up to prevent this a little bit more, because you really don't want water leaking. Should have a rag around too. It would be good. Alright, I think it's done. I'm going to take the vinegar, the 3 gallons of vinegar that I have. And I'm going to pour it in here. Into the pail. And I'll show you once it's circulating. The pail I'm using is a couple of gallon pail. You can get another pail if you want from Home Depot or Lowe's, a 5 gallon pail. Alright, we're ready to go. Gas is off. Electric is on. 2 valves are open for the flush. 2 valves are closed. Water coming in, water going out are closed. So in other words, it's staying right here and it's just going to circulate right in this location, right through the water heater. Now I'm going to turn the pump on. Alright, so we have a leak here. I think we have a bad hose. Or it could be that the hose... Okay, I'm going to close this. Houston, we have a problem, right? So I'm going to close this now. And you'll hear the water heater trying to start. But I have to take this off now and start this again. There must be a washer missing. No, it's just a bad hose bib. I'm gonna have to get another hose bib. I'm gonna grab another hose bib. I have extras I happen to order. Sometimes it's so worth having extras. Sometimes it happens for a reason. Something like backup. And I'm just going to tighten this one turn. And now I'm going to put it into the pump again. And we're going to try and start one more time. Let's see what happens. Same problem. Look at that. Well, there lies an issue. Oh, of course. Helps to open the valve, right? Let me tighten this up a little bit more. Try again. All right. We're good now. Now this one's leaking. How do you like that? All right. Obviously, I got a bad set of hose bibs. I'm gonna change this one too. I don't understand why this is bad. I guess the crimping is bad. Let's do another one. Okay, so as you can see, or you can hear, that the machine is beeping because it's below temp, and it's coming up with a number 11 because that's a failure. It basically has no gas, so it can't ignite. At the same time, you can see here, I'm running this through right now. So that's about 2 gallons. There's a gallon in the system. The system holds about a gallon. And we're just going to let that run for about an hour. And it's just going to circulate. I might pour a little bit more in there. Just so you know, this is not a clean project. It is a messy project. You need to have towels, and so you're able to wipe up any water during this process. But once this is finished, you will not have to worry about scales getting into your faucets and at the same time clogging your screens. But this is the proper way to do this. We're going to come back in an hour, and at that point we'll restart the water heater and get it back up and running. We'll also clean the screen that's over here. I'll show you how to do that, and we're ready to go back online for another year and a half. If you have more than 4, if you have 4 people or more, you need to clean this every 12 months. If you don't, you will have scales through your whole house based upon hard water. If you have hard water, just like New Jersey does, you're going to run into this problem of having scales clogging up your faucets. Alright, let's see you in a little bit. This has been going on now for about an hour and a half. Basically, you can see how that water looks. Pretty dirty. So now it's an hour and a half and I'm done. So I'm going to stop this now. We're going to disconnect and we're going to clean the filter. So I'm going to disconnect this power. So there's no switch to this pump. It's basically use the plug to plug it in. Never want to be standing in water or anything barefoot, just in case, so you don't get electrocuted. Alright, what's going to happen now that I shut the pump off, the water that's in the tank is now going to back up into the pail. So with that said, and the pail has filled up, and I'll show you this now. There you go. See how much more fluid's in there now? Let's do the disconnection. I have my channel locks. And I'm going to close this line now. So that shuts down this ball valve. It's straight. In that situation, it shuts that down. And then same thing with this one. This one. And if you know, you saw before, I had to really tighten this up so it wouldn't leak.
should coming off. I'm just going to open the valve for a minute, let any additional water that's in there out. Okay, so there's no water. This one too. Oop. There we go. Okay, so why is that draining like that? Because I let the air back in this line, and that's why that water's coming back in. There's not much in there.
Just a little bit. And we'll let that drain. That's all the vinegar that's inside the boiler right now. That's the balance of it. And then after we get everything reconnected and running again, we're going to go upstairs and run the water and make sure we're getting hot water again. That the boiler is kicking on, it's heating the water, because remember we shut the gas off. So we want to make sure that everything's running properly. Alright, I think that's good. So I'm going to shut these two lines. Now let's check the filter. There's a little filter in here, which is right here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like I said, there's that filter. Wow, and that's interesting. Because this filter, it's pretty clogged up. You see that in there? That's all the scaling. Wow. Look at that. Wow. That's what you don't want to end up in your house. And what that also does is reduce the pressure, because that screen gets clogged and you have less pressure, water pressure, for your hot water. So that's what we're trying to alleviate. We're going to clean this out right now. Just going to clean it out in the bucket with the vinegar in it. I'm just scraping it out very easily with the screwdriver, and then I'm just going to rinse it in the water. Until it's clean. And it cleans out. You just have to work with it a little bit. Very easy and gentle. Don't do any damage to the screen. Use your fingers. Yeah, that looks good now. It's all clean. It looks nice and clean now. All clean. And now I'm going to connect it back onto here. There it is. It's back on. All clean. And I'm going to reinstall it. I'm going to show you where I'm reinstalling it so you get a close look. So this goes back in here. Goes through this little holder and slides right into here, or you screw it in. And then it snugs up pretty quickly, so you're going to need your channel lock to tighten this in. And the threads should not be visible when it's all the way in. And you don't want to over tighten it. Once it starts to snug up, you want to stop. And which is happening right now, because you could over tighten this. And I don't want to do that. So you got to be a little cautious. All right, I think that's good. We'll make sure that it's not leaking. All right, so these two valves are closed. I'm going to cap these off now. These are the flush valves. They're closed. I'm going to turn on the heat or the gas, which is this one here. Okay, it's now straight with the pipe, as you can see there. Okay, and now I'm going to turn on the water, the cold water, which of course it's going to give me a hard time. These valves can be tight, but just be cautious. There it goes. Alright, I just heard it turn on, and I'm going to turn on the hot water now. So that's going to allow the hot water to run through the house. Cold water is on, hot water is on, gas is on. So let's wait for it to turn on. It's now filling the system. There's no demand yet for hot water, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upstairs and turn on the water so it starts requesting hot water. I've turned on the hot water upstairs, and now I'm waiting. At the same time, I'm checking for any leaks. And it's going to take the air out of the system also, because there's going to be air in the system. It also is lit, so it says in use. So I'm assuming we're starting to produce hot water right now. I'm just waiting to see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I felt the hot water line, and I have hot water. So we're producing hot water. This is up and running. Looks good. I don't have any leaks. This looks good. The water that's dripping off of here is water that was here already. I've closed everything. The filter looks good here. Just want to make sure I got no leak there at the filter. So you want to check everything to make sure you have absolutely no leaks, so you don't have a problem. And I'm just going to give this another turn. Now that's tight, so we're good. Alright, that's all good. Okay guys, successful project. Hot water heater is running. I have hot water coming out of the hot line running upstairs. I flushed the whole system, descaled it with the vinegar for an hour and a half. The tools you'll need: screwdriver, channel wrench, the pump, submersible pump, and 2 hose line bibs. And you're good to go. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, share it with your friends. I'm sure they have the same units or something equal. They're all basically the same. Please subscribe to my channel. Also, hit the bell so you get a new video each time I upload one. Thanks for watching.